Namaste, welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua. For this practice, grab a couple of yoga blocks, a strap, a blanket, and a bolster. And let's start in Hero's Pose. So some way of placing your knees in front of you, no wider than hips distance apart, as you either sit directly on your calves or elevate your pelvis on a block or two blocks stacked, where it's right between your ankles. Make sure that your toes are pointed back. The feet are not turned out. This will help to align your knees safely. I'd like to talk a little bit about the solar plexus energy center today. Earlier this week, we talked about the root energy center, and the heart energy center as well. So just a brief overview of the chakras themselves. They are the intersection of several energy channels. We've got thousands of them, according to yoga philosophy, throughout our physical body. And when several intersect, it creates a vortex of energy that is an intersection, as my yoga psychology teacher calls it, of psyche and soma. Everything affects our energy, right? What we take into our senses, the thoughts that we feed. So why not try another angle of learning how to regulate and observe our energy so that we can be intentional with how we direct it, how we harness it, how we sustain it. So Manipura chakra is the name of your solar plexus energy center, and it's located around the area of your upper belly, mid-back. And Manipura translates as lustrous gem. And you can think of this as the place of digestion. Agni means digestive fire. And so physically helping to increase energy flow so that it's not stagnant in this area, we'll practice quite a bit of spinal twisting and even some back bends, right, to help to open up the front portion of it. When you have a balanced energy flow through Manipura chakra, you may feel a sense of healthy ego, able to tame and observe the ego mind, as well as a strong, healthy sense of willpower and ability to digest not only physical food, but digest the circumstances and situations and obstacles and challenges that may arise in your life, so that you're able to take in the nutrients or the insights or the learnings and release or let go of what's no longer of use, what no longer serves your or others' well-being. So that's just a little bit about it. Each main chakra has an element of the earth associated with it. So the solar plexus is associated with the element of fire. So a mantra that you might find helpful is: the fire within me burns through all blocks and fears. The fire within me burns through all blocks and fears. And the color associated with it is yellow, like the sun. So we're going to be stoking our digestive fire, our fire of will, our fire to take action aligned with our inner beings. So let's begin checking in. Sit still, upright, relaxed, maybe close your eyes. Bring your attention to scan mentally your whole physical body and observe the sensations present. Notice how you're feeling physically right now. Begin to tune into how your body is naturally breathing, its depth, its pace. And through this, observe how you're feeling energetically. Then sense the energy of your mind. Is your mind feeling very busy with thoughts? Is there a steady focus? Is there a calmness? And through this, observe your mental and emotional state of being. Now I invite you to offer gratitude to something that you appreciate in this moment. Start to clarify one thing that you would like to focus your attention on and expand. So setting your intention, and as we work with willpower and confidence and moving through obstacles, is there any area in your life in which you're encountering some kind of challenge that you would like to feel more confident or clarity or will to action for? And now setting aside the ego mind and remembering our part in the greater collective, I invite you to choose somebody, a community, or a cause to dedicate your practice to today. And with that, I invite you to prepare to chant the seed sound, the bija mantra of Manipura chakra. And that is Ram, like the animal ram, R-A-M. So taking 3 chants of Ram. Inhale deeply. Ram. Sliding your hands to your stomach. A breathing technique that helps the Stoke Agni, digestive fire, is breath of fire, Kapalabhati Pranayama, and it's also helpful to warm us up and get ready for our Vinyasa flow portion, as well as strengthen the abdominal muscles. And it's done with the lips closed, brisk exhalations in which the belly bounces in towards the spine. Kind of sounds like you're blowing your nose quickly, like this. So I'm going to watch the clock for 1 minute of this practice. Do what you can. If you need to start and stop, to rest, feel free. But see if you can find a sustainable, rather brisk rhythm of pulling in the belly. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Mouth is closed. And with eyes closed, you might steady your gaze at your brow center. So let's see what we can do with breath of fire for a minute. Getting ready, take a deep breath in and begin. "20 seconds left. Take a deep breath in, holding your breath as comfortably long as you can. Lift your pelvic floor, draw the navel in and up, maybe even close chin to throat, lengthening the back of the neck. And when you're ready, let it go. Relax to natural breathing and observe the effects of that breath work. Let's continue into another breathing technique that will guide us into our physical postures, and that's Ujjayi Pranayama. So as you continue to breathe just through the nose, softly narrow the back of your throat and sustain your breath evenly in and out through the nose while creating a gentle whispering sound. Victorious breathing. Keep balancing inhale and exhale. So it sounds like gentle ocean waves rising and falling. This is a way to calm your nervous system, prepare your body to move, and steady your mind. Take that sound rhythm with you as you sit down with your legs in front of you and grab a strap. You could still find it helpful to sit up on a block if you were already sitting on one too, so that you can feel upright in the spine. Step the ball of your right foot into the loop or middle of the strap and hold the strap in your left hand. Flex both of your feet so you're curling all your toes back towards your shins. Place the right hand behind your pelvis on the floor and kick your right foot forward off the ground to whatever degree you can comfortably straighten it, while pulling the strap so your left shoulder bone goes back into its socket, and press it down. Press your pelvis down and lift up from the base of your spine through each vertebra to the top of your skull, breathing in. Without turning your pelvis, as you exhale, begin to turn your rib cage to the right. Inhale, press into the ground and lengthen the spine a little bit taller. Exhale, continue to twist and maybe raise your right arm towards the back wall and start to look towards it. Couple more breaths. Inhale, continue to lengthen the spine as you root down into the floor. Exhale, relax the shoulders and invite the twist to deepen right under your lowest ribs, which is the area of your solar plexus energy center, right across the waistline. With an exhale, unwind and release the right foot from the strap. Step the ball of your left foot into the loop or middle of the strap. Hold the strap in your right hand and place the left hand on the floor behind your pelvis. Again, flex both of your feet. Kick into the strap so the left foot lifts off the ground. As you pull the strap, plug your right shoulder bone back into its socket and down. Pressing your pelvis down, breathe in and lengthen up through the center of your spine. Keeping your shoulders relaxed and your pelvis still, exhale, begin to twist to your left side. Taking it breath by breath to explore the range of motion you have in your twist. For now, breathe in, root down, and rise up. Breathe out, continue to rotate your right ribs towards the left wall and your left ribs towards the rear wall, maybe raising your left arm behind you as you gaze towards it. So this is a seated version of a standing balancing posture called twisting hand to big toe pose. On an exhale, unwind, release your foot from the strap, and let's make our way to stand at the front of your mat. You may want to have a strap between your hands or interlace your fingers. Take the choice that allows you to lift your arms at least a foot away from your lower back. See that your feet are apart, hips distance or wider, and parallel your feet. Then rolling your shoulders down, inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your knees generously as you bow from your hips, lengthening your spine and tilting as much weight forward as you can balance here, dropping your skull. Let's stay a few breaths in this variation of a standing forward fold or Uttanasana. As you bend your elbows slightly, while dropping your head, lift your shoulder bones up to invite space in your neck. You might even help to relax the neck by shaking your head gently, nodding your head a few times, perhaps even flutter the lips and stretch the mouth to relax the jaw. All that neck and shoulders and jaw related to each other. You might also straighten one leg a little and lean towards it, then switch a few times, warming up into the backs of your legs a little more. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Perhaps switch the interlacing of your thumb and index finger on top. Then lower your fingertips either on blocks in front of your feet or the ground itself. As you inhale, stretch your spine forward into Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, hinging from your hips, bow towards your legs, Uttanasana. Press to your feet, inhale, sweep your arms forward and rise all the way up to stand. Let's take hold of the left wrist with the right hand and plug the left foot down as you exhale to side bend to the right. Inhale, lift your spine and switch. Take hold of the right wrist. Exhale, lift the spine and side bend to the left. Pressing the right foot deeply. Inhale up to center. Keep your hip bones facing forward. Now this time, twist to the right. So you're just turning the rib cage. And open the arms wide like a T. Press the shoulder blades both down your back ribs. Maybe look at your right thumb. Inhale, lift the arms, stand up a little taller with the shoulders relaxed. Keep your frontal hip bones facing forward and exhale, twist to the left, open the arms wide. Glide the shoulder blades down your back, maybe look behind you. Inhale, arms up, back to center. Exhale, forward fold, lower your fingertips on the floor. Let's begin sun salutations. Inhale, step the left knee behind you and look up, kneeling lunge. As you hold your breath, step into your version of plank pose. Then exhale, lower your knees, then your chest, then your chin. This is a back bend called Ashtangasana. Inhale, slide your belly to the ground in cobra pose, lifting the chest as you ground the tops of your feet. Tuck your toes and exhale, lift your hips back to downward dog. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb. Lower your back knee and look up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and bow. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, rise into a gentle back bend. Peel the shoulders behind the ears and down, gazing up. Exhale, join your hands at your sternum. One more, side two. Inhale the arms overhead. Again, coil your chest up, hug your bottom front ribs in. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Lower your fingertips. Inhale, step your right knee back and look up, kneeling lunge. Holding your breath, step to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin, sticking your tailbone up. Inhale, glide to the ground in cobra, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale, lift your hips to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot beside your right thumb and lower your back knee, look up. Exhale, step your left foot forward and fold. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and coil your chest up. Exhale, join your hands at your heart center. Moving on to our next sun salutation series. Inhale, arms overhead again, lifting the heart, dropping the shoulders. Exhale, Uttanasana, bow from your hips. Plant your fingertips on blocks of the floor. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step into your version of plank pose. Continue the exhale, gliding forward, lowering through Chaturanga Dandasana. Then choose either cobra or upward dog as you inhale. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let your body be still as you steady your gaze for 3 deep breaths. Spreading your weight throughout your finger pads, roll your triceps towards the ground. Lifting your hips high, root down to your heels. After your third exhale, walk or lightly jump to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Rooting down, inhale, rise up to a back bend in Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Padasana, hands to the heart in mountain pose. Same sequence once more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step to plank or float to Chaturanga. Continue into Cobra or upward facing dog as you breathe in. Let's meet in downward dog, pausing for 3 deep breaths. Pressing your chest towards your shins. Hug your front ribs inward towards your back. Firming the tops of your thigh bones back. Root your heels towards the earth, even if they don't touch the ground. After your third exhale, walk or float to the front of your mat. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Padasana. Let's take it to our last series of sun salutations. Bring your feet together so they touch. Then let your knees touch as you bend them, inhaling into chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step or float to Chaturanga and finish your vinyasa. At downward facing dog, keep your hips leveled and inhale, raise your right leg back. Exhale, step the foot beside your right thumb, spin the back heel down. Facing forward, inhale, rise to warrior one. As you exhale, lower into your vinyasa. Listen to the balance of inhale and exhale. And let's ride the waves of that with a body. Downward dog, inhale, raise left leg. Exhale, the foot beside left thumb, drop the right heel. Inhale, rise up to Virabhadrasana 1. Ride your exhale down to finish your vinyasa. Downward facing dog, pause for 3 breaths. Re-steady your breathing, your body, your gaze. When you finish your third exhale, walk or float to the front of your mat. With feet touching, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend your knees to touch. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, rise up. Last one, same sequence. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Walk or float back into your vinyasa. All the way through to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. There, inhale, raise right leg. Exhale, the foot beside right thumb, drop your back heel. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, lower into your vinyasa. Try as best as you can to go at your own pace of regulating your breath. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, foot beside left thumb, drop right heel. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, lower through your vinyasa. Pause and downward dog, recenter on your intention. How might the mantra from Manipura resonate with you? The fire within me burns through all blocks and fears. When you finish your third exhalation, then walk or float to the front of your mat. With feet touching, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. With knees touching, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Padasana. Now from here, come back to chair and extend your arms forward. Start to lower your pelvis to the ground, catch the backs of your knees. Kick your feet forward and lift your spine tall, relaxing the shoulders. Optional to release the arms forward or to straighten the legs. The fire within me burns through all blocks and fears. Lift through the pelvic floor. Imagine restacking each vertebra as you lift through the back of your skull. Relax the jaw, relax the eyes. Let's listen to 3 more full cycles of breath. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Start to lean forward, back to chair pose. And from chair pose, forward fold. Take your strap and step the ball of your right foot into the loop or middle of it. Then bring your hands to your hips, point the elbows towards the sky, And inhale to rise up to mountain pose. With your hands on your hips, feel your left and right hips generally even in height. Try to keep them even in height as you hold the strap in your left hand, and keep the right hand on the right hip. Flex your right foot and bend the knee in front of you. Drop the right sitting bone towards your inner left heel. Engage your lower abdomen and stand tall. Walk your left hand as close to your right foot as you can, and if you can hold the outer foot instead and still be upright in your spine, you could choose to let go of the strap. Kicking the right foot forward, plug your left shoulder bone back into its socket and down. Remember how we did this sitting down? Press down to your left foot and lift from the pelvic floor to your crown. Breathe in. Keep dropping the right hip without turning the pelvis. Exhale, twist to your right, and maybe reach your right arm towards the back of the room. Each inhale, press into the ground and stand a little taller. With your shoulders relaxed, exhale, continue to twist at your waist. Maybe looking behind you towards your right thumb. This is twisting hand to big toe pose, or in Sanskrit, Parita Uttita Hasta Parangushtasana. Stay in the posture if you can and look forward. Take a deep breath in, raise your arms, keep lifting the right leg. Think of boat pose. Lift the pelvic floor. Exhale, step the right foot down and fold. Press into your blocks to the floor. Inhale, lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Switch the strap to the ball of your left foot. Bring your hands to your hips. Point your elbows to the sky and inhale to rise to mountain pose. Holding the strap in your right hand, left hand to left hip. Flex your left foot in front of you, bending the knee. Drop your left sitting bone towards your inner right heel. Walk your right hand close to your left foot as you can, and if you can catch the outer foot and still be upright in your spine, you might release the strap. Kick the left foot forward as you pull it towards you, plugging your right shoulder bone back into its socket and down. Keep rolling the left outer hip down. As you stand taller, breathe in. Now at your waistline, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen and ground. Exhale, maybe continue to twist, perhaps reaching left arm behind you and gazing towards it. 3 more breaths. Parita Uttita Hasta Parangushtasana. Stay in the asana and gaze forward. Keep your left leg lifted and raise your arms overhead. Think of a standing version of boat pose. Breathe in and step it down. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Give yourself a few breaths and maybe even a full cycle of breath to pause in Chaturanga Dandasana, slowly lowering onto your belly to lie face down. And once your belly's on the ground, let's come into Sphinx pose. Place your elbows on the floor right under your shoulders, forearms parallel in front of you while lifting your chest. Slide your knees as close together as you can and actively stretch your legs long behind you, pressing all of your toenails into the floor. Peel the fronts of your shoulder bones back and press them down as you lengthen the back of your neck. Let's stay 3 more breaths in this gentle back bend, broadening your collarbones with each breath. Now we worked our hip flexors quite a bit today with those chairs and boat poses, so let's give them a stretch. Cross the left forearm on the floor in front of your chest and bend your right knee. Let's open up the front of the right shoulder by backstroking your right arm and holding the big toe rather than the pinky toe side of your right ankle or foot. Stabilize your lower back by keeping your knees no wider apart than your hips distance and by grounding your frontal hip bones. Breath by breath, bring your right heel just slightly to the outside of your right hip, turning your chest to face forward and softening your shoulders down. lengthening into your right quadricep. We've now entered the yin part of our flow and restore practice. Slowing down, cooling down, inviting balance to solar plexus energy. Last 3 breaths here. Release and come back to Sphinx pose. Pause in Sphinx for about 3 breaths while I change the music. Slide your knees closer together again. Then cross your right forearm on the ground in front of your chest. Bend your left knee and backstroke your left arm. Catch the big toe side. Ground your 2 frontal hip bones. Knees no wider than hips distance. Bring your left heel slightly outside the left hip. Turning your chest forward, drop the shoulders. Listen to the quality of your breathing here, regulating your energy, your mind and body through the breath. Gently release your left leg. And let's continue opening up the fronts of the shoulders. So slide your right arm out to the right, palm face down, wrist in line with your right shoulder, and place your left hand on the floor beside your left shoulder, gently pressing the ground away as you lean your right ear on the floor. Start to roll over onto your right hip. Pause a moment and scoot your right shoulder bone down your back. Open up space along the right side of your neck. And then really feel into the sensations here, especially in that inner right shoulder. Notice how much you need to lean back or how little you need to lean back. Adjusting the degree, you might step the left foot behind you. You might wrap the left arm behind you or not. Let's stay about 10 more deep breaths. Inviting the full length of your inhalation and exhalation. When you're ready, gently roll onto your stomach. Take your time transitioning to the second side. Sliding your left arm out to the left. Planting your right hand on the ground beside your right shoulder. Pressing the floor away with it. Slowly roll over onto your left hip. Take a moment to slide your left shoulder blade further down your back to lengthen the left side of your neck. And then really feel the sensations guiding you. How much you need to lean back or how little you do. 10 breaths here. When you're ready, begin to roll onto your stomach. Plant your heels of your palms alongside your floating ribs and press up to all fours, hands and knees. Let's prepare for a counter posture as well as a spinal twist and thread the needle. So here are a couple of options for your legs in this posture. One is the traditional option of keeping your knees on the floor, both of them. The other is to straighten your right leg out to the right where the sole of your foot is flat on the ground and the inner arch of it is in line with your left knee while you enter the twist. If you find the latter cumbersome and you don't get much out of the twist, you can revert to both knees on the floor. So set your left hand down, inhale, raise your right arm up. As you exhale, thread the right arm underneath your left bent elbow and lower the right side of your head either on the floor, a pillow, or a block or blanket. Make sure your head is resting on something. Draw your shoulders down your back and try to even out the height of your hips. So again, you're not twisting at the pelvis, but you are turning your rib cage gently. Now let's stay for 10 more deep breaths. And gently press up to your hands and your knees. And let's take 3 slow cat-cows. You might like to spin out your fingertips and at the same time give your inner wrists a stretch. Breathing in, glide your chest through your upper arms, then tilt it upwards, dropping the shoulders back in cow pose. Breathing out, lift the navel up towards your spine, dropping your head and tailbone to round into cat pose. 2 more on your own. Taking your time. Then relax to a neutral spine, turning your index fingers to face forward, and try to set up side 2 of thread the needle in the same way as you practice side 1 if possible. Maybe stepping the left foot out to the left, sealing the sole to the earth, inner arch in line with right knee. Inhale, raise your left arm. Exhale, thread it on the floor under your right bent elbow. Rest the left side of your head on the ground or a prop. Try to level out your hips. Aim the twist across your waistline. Relax the shoulders down your back. And let's stay for 10 more slow breaths. Again, gently press up to hands and knees. And this time, let's give the outer wrists a stretch. Lean back onto your shins for a moment. Make fists with your hands. Give yourself a fist bump. Keeping the fist bump, place the backs of your fists on the ground about a foot in front of your knees so that your elbows are bent apart off the floor. Gently lean forward to the degree you want to feel this outer wrist and forearm stretch. Relaxing your neck and jaw. A few more deep breaths. As you lean back onto your calves, shake out your arms, shake out your wrists, your shoulders. Continue to sit in a way that you can be upright and relaxed, maybe sitting up on a prop if that's helpful. Land your hands in your lap and let's slowly roll the head around. So drop your chin to your sternum, breathe in. Take the head to one side before you start to look up. Take your time, go as slowly as you need so that you're not feeling tension or adding to tension that might be there. Take it for 2 circles in one direction. Staying aware of your breathing, regulating your breathing. And then 2 circles in the opposite direction. All right, and then once you've finished with that, bring your legs in front of you and let's prepare for another spinal twist. Extending your right leg forward, step your left foot on the ground, either in front of your left hip or outside of your right knee. Make sure the foot is flat on the floor. The opposite leg is flexed. Place the left hand behind your pelvis and raise your right arm up. Sit up a little taller, and as you exhale, twist to your left and hold the top leg or hook your elbow outside of that thigh. Breathing in, press into the ground and lift up through each vertebra of your spine. Keep the shoulders relaxed down, and exhale as you twist, keep broadening your collarbones, widening your chest. Halfway through, keep breathing and twisting in the same direction. On the next exhale, unwind your spine. Hug your left thigh even closer to the right thigh, and choose to either keep the bottom leg straight or bend the bottom knee if that's possible. Splaying the feet wider apart, ground your sitting bones. You might find it helpful to sit up on a folded blanket if you're feeling off balance. Now bend your elbows apart and cross your right elbow over the left for eagle arms. Either press the backs of your hands against each other or wrap your forearms and palms. Draw your shoulder blades down and lift up through your spine, through your crown, taking a deep breath in. Now keep your throat open as you exhale, begin to bow from your hips. Inhale, root your sitting bones and keep stretching your spine from your pelvis. Exhale, continue to relax the shoulders and bow from your hips. Cow face pose. The legs are in, with eagle pose for the arms. Gomukhasana and Garudasana. About 5 more breaths here. Rooting down to your pelvis, breathe in and start to rise slowly. Backstroke your arms apart and separate your legs straight. step your right foot on the floor. Now try to set up the same way as you did on the first side of the twist. So right foot in front of the hip or outside of the left knee. Flex the left foot and place the right hand behind your pelvis, raising your left arm. Look down to your sitting bones and inhale, lengthen up through the center of your spine. Exhale, twist to your right and hold your shin or hook your elbow outside of the thigh. Continue with each breath, rooting down as you inhale to rise up. And exhale to twist. One more deep breath here. As you exhale, unwind your spine and hug your right thigh closer and over the left thigh. Possible, bend the left knee too and splay the feet wider apart. Round your sitting bones, then bend your elbows apart and cross left elbow over right, pressing the backs of the hands against each other or wrapping your forearms and palms. Slide your shoulder blades down, root your sitting bones, and lift up again through the spine as you breathe in. From your hips, exhale, begin to hinge forward. Pause where you are as you breathe in and root the pelvis, lengthen the spine some more. Continue to fold if possible as you breathe out for several more breaths. Press down through your hips and inhale, slowly rise. Backstroke your arms apart and stretch your legs in front of you. All right, before we lower onto the ground for some final yin postures there, find a way to sit for pranayama. We're going to practice a calming, cooling pranayama called three-part breathing or Durga pranayama. So start by imagining that your torso from your pelvic floor to the top of your neck is a jar. And we're going to divide that jar into three cross sections. The lowest cross section is below your belly button all the way around. The mid part is most of your rib cage, and the uppermost is the rest. So just focusing on the lowest cross section, take a deep breath. Hold it in. Then exhale with the lips closed. Hold it out. Now focusing on the middle cross section, you might place the hands on your side ribs. Take a deep breath there. Hold it in. Then slowly let it go. Hold it out. Now focus on the uppermost section. Inhale deeply, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Hold it in and let it go just as slowly. Hold it out. Now relax. So those are the three parts. We're going to divide into three parts, one inhalation. So we'll inhale 1/3 into the lowest, then pause. Another third into the middle, then pause. The last third to the top, then hold. Then we'll exhale everything out. Let's try 2 cycles together and then 2 cycles on your own of 3-part breathing. You might like to place a hand on your chest, a hand below the belly button, and close your eyes and visualize into the parts of the torso you're breathing into. Let's prepare. Sit tall and relaxed. Empty this breath. Hold it out. Lowest part, inhale 1/3. Pause. Mid part, inhale 1/3. Pause. Uppermost, inhale 1/3. Hold. Exhale everything slowly. Hold it out. Lowest part, inhale 1/3. Pause. Mid part, inhale 1/3. Pause. Last, inhale 1/3. Hold. Exhale completely. Hold at the bottom. Then continue 2 more cycles on your own. Finishing at your own pace, no rush. When you do, pause, breathe naturally, and observe the effects of that pranayama or breathing technique. Then begin to lower your body onto the ground, taking a moment if you need to hug your knees into your chest, to come into happy baby pose, or right away drop into Shavasana. If you're needing a little more chest opening, you could set up in Shavasana using a high block under your head and a medium block across the bottom tips of your shoulder blades or just beneath them in supported fish pose. You might also choose to splay the knees wide, feet together in supine bound angle pose, turning the palms face up. So taking your time to set up towards Shavasana, where we'll rest in stillness for a few minutes before meditation. As you rest a little longer where you are, eyes closed, bring your awareness throughout your physical body, sensing how it's responding to the way you practiced yoga today. Gently begin to move your body, easing into a simple stretch, a movement, and gradually turning over onto your right side. Rest your head on your arm as you're lying on your side, and bring your awareness to the breath, just as it is. Notice if anything has shifted within you energetically. And pressing your hands into the ground, lift your body into a way that you can sit for our guided meditation practice. Sit in a way in which you can feel grounded, alert, and at ease. And so we continue to bring or invite balance of energy flow through MANIPURA chakra. Bring your mind's eye to the area of your solar plexus and visualize there the color yellow, like the fiery sun, solar power. Mantra meditation is a way of chanting repeatedly and getting into the resonance, the vibration of sound as a way to steady the mind and focus it. Let's begin with the first few minutes of mantra meditation, chanting the bija mantra or seed sound of solar plexus energy, which is Ram, at your own pace of breath, over and over again for the next 3 minutes before we settle in to the rest of our meditation. So as you're ready, inhale, Ram. dropping deeper and deeper inward with each natural breath. Sense the vastness, strength, vitality within you. Then from within, begin to expand your awareness outward again through the different layers: mental, emotional body, energetic body, food body, or physical body. And observe the effects of your various practices of yoga. Joining your hands at your heart, bring to mind and heart something you appreciate now. And with that, remind yourself of the intention you set for this practice. Then picture those or to whom you dedicated this practice to. See them enjoying benefit from it. Bowing in, honoring the light within. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.